All right, so we're doing what is the universe trying to tell you? You might be seeing number synchronicities. Something keeps reappearing in your path. So let's get some clarity on it. As usual, we've got 3 groups. Please keep in mind the reads could pertain to your past, your present, or your potential near future. If the majority of it resonates, I'm feeling like for someone, if the majority of it resonates between a couple of different groups, also it's okay that if you're drawn to more than one group, or if you can't make your mind up, watch both of them if you have the time, okay? Maybe I feel like Spirit's saying somebody needs to make time, because that could be your potential downtime and your self-care time, is just sitting down and watching, you know, something on the boob tube. But if the majority of it resonates and then there's bits and pieces that doesn't, it could be a futuristic kind of thing for you. Keep in mind it could be not only talking about you, but people, situations, places around you. So feel free to switch that energy where needed, okay? What is the universe trying to tell group 1? We're pulling the cards on camera today. So for group 1, can I get a card for group 1, please? You know what? It's just easier to do this, though. We love that they pop out. That's very good validation, right? I am learning that worry does not change an outcome. Good for you, guys. Learning that worrying does not change the outcome. You're learning to let it go and let God do, right? Excuse me. Oh, thank you. Now we're going for group 2. I think it was this card. Group 3, please. I just heard relax. So I needed to relax. I needed to relax my shoulders and stuff. But there might be a good chance coming up that you guys do need to relax. Take some time off. Cool your jets. Cool your jets. Group 1, please. I'm not even sure what's going on cosmically right now. I know before long we'll have a new moon coming up, but keep in mind that it's not just the new moon and the full moon with the phases we can work with. It's all of the phases that you can work with, the waxing and the waning. Crescent moons for somebody. If you keep seeing crescent moons, then you probably need to look behind those, the meaning for the crescent moon. The different crescent phases, because there's waning crescent, waxing crescent. That was for group 2. That's for group 3. On the bottom of the deck, I've got the altar priestess, preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. Yeah, you guys probably feel like you're getting prepared for something, or you can feel that something's about to happen. A lot of people could be projecting fear into that, like, oh, something's big's fixing to happen, I can feel it coming. But it's not to be feared, okay? Lotus flowers here, candles. What is the universe trying to tell group 1 from this deck? What are you guys trying to say? Of course, there could be, you know, other messages that come through. We can't help what Spirit tries to put out there, and I don't ignore anymore. When certain messages are trying to come out, there's sometimes it's stuff I don't really want to say, but that's what they're working with me on, is getting me comfortable enough to say what needs to be said, what I'm seeing, the message coming out, and also on how to deliver it as well. So, thank you. I have a feeling, usually these tie into each other too. What's on the bottom of the deck? Ooh, a real Don Juan, yeah? Spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. Balancing masculine and feminine is what I'm getting from this. But shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So there could be some old, he's got flowers all over his suit. That's kind of nifty. There could be this thing where maybe your parents or your mother had tried to teach you that, you know, you can get, as long as you look good, you can get away with anything, or you can ride through life with your good looks. And we all know that that's a really bad thinking, a belief system around that, right? They want me to cut the deck. So The guide, yeah, asking your guide. You're being guided. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Shadow places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual sight. So worrying about materialistic needs again is what's coming in. The money to go and do. There is abundance in your life right now. I would like for you to be grateful for it. Tell them how grateful you are for it. Okay, so I'm being informed that I'm going to pull these cards in a little bit. So I picked up this deck, so let's go ahead and get some of these here. 2. All right, we'll be right back with group 1. All right, group 1, for those that chose this sweet little white flower. I'm not even sure what these are. Carnations, daisies, I'm not really sure. Or maybe you went by the puzzle map, the United States. So this is signifying traveling, a need or want for traveling. Maybe you're doing some business traveling. Maybe your job will require you to travel. Maybe in previous messages we mentioned doing things that that you used to do when you're a kid. So maybe you're picking up doing puzzles, but also map making came to mind, and scavenger hunts. I forgot to show the card that was on the bottom of the deck earlier. So we have patience. I feel like the red balloon is signifying patience for her, and she's just like, or no, the red balloon is signifying the thing that she would lose her patience over, and it's still attached to her, right? But it's above her, like, or not literally attached to her. She has a choice. She could make a choice as to hold on to it or let it go. And she's, maybe she's needing to let go of that and practice that patience to venture into the next paradigm or whatever in her life. Okay, before we get into those, we're going to go ahead and get 3 overall energy cards. Well, there's 2 at the bottom of the deck. Okay. We've got the waiting game. Yeah, it's like she's just standing there patiently waiting. We'll keep this card out. How about that? How about that, y'all? She's patiently waiting. Maybe she's waiting for it to get bigger so she can jump right through, but could be you've been patiently waiting on a significant other. Patiently waiting. There's a lot of mental conflict here, though. We've got 2, 4, 2. Your heart might be drawing you to go somewhere else. Okay, so the card is green, and they want me to signify that some of the states here are green as well. I need to brush up on my geography, but I'm in Oklahoma, and that state's green. So maybe you've been drawn to go to one of those states. That's what's going on with people right now, is when they're waking up and going on this spiritual or healing journey, a lot of people are getting really drawn to move somewhere, and you're getting drawn to move to there because that's where you're supposed to be right now. So maybe you're waiting on something, funds to come through, or waiting on something before you uproot your family. Maybe you have a lot of conflict over this too, whether you should uproot or not. Heart chakra activation, heart chakra healing, cord cutting also from the heart chakra. You and your family are protected and safe in this transition, though. You're shifting out of the more going through what your ego wants to do, and you're pushing through and following your higher selves, your inner guidance and your intuition. Truth. The truth shall set you free. Could be a sense of somebody who played you like a fiddle. That's what I got with that card. The universe is trying to show you the way, though, definitely. Like, a situation, an opportunity is going to be open. You've been waiting a long time. You've heard that change was coming. And maybe you've been really distraught on which way to go. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something, but I'm not. The patience card was here. So, just having a little more patience because it's coming, okay? Ooh, imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So I'm putting that under mental conflict. I'm going to go ahead and pull these. Lots of reflection. So reflecting on the past. There could be a situation that you keep pushing down deep into that keeps popping up, a situation, and you're not wanting to deal with it. But also the signs and the synchronicities and the messages that you think you're getting, you're really getting. It's not your imagination, okay? Reflecting on a relationship, a past relationship. A meeting with a stranger could be of importance too. Okay, so you see how she's on this path? It's like Spirit's trying to lead you somewhere in the United States. You might get invited by somebody you meet online. Reflection and seeing truth in a matter over a situation. Let me see which card they want next. Drop your shields. Okay, so it's safe for you to venture to go meet this person if you want to. Other people might tell you, oh my gosh, you met them online? Why, that's dangerous. Why would you do that? Don't go, don't go. You follow your truth. You follow your intuition. You follow your heart because you know what is right for you. But also, if their comments or suggestions is wavering you, you might want to at least take a step back and reflect on what they say about the situation. Ask your team, okay? I've got assistance and control, so ask your team for that assistance and that guidance. And this is number 42, and I've got 42 here. So you might be seeing 4224 or 2442. Prominently, like 444 also, and 222. Somebody's been thinking heavily about a masculine figure, a masculine energy. You might be feeling vibrations in your hands or tingling in your hand, in the palm of your hands. You are protected, though. You are protected. Ooh, the martyr. Yeah. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So this card has come out. I've got 2 or 3 other decks that have cards with this word in it. And they have come out left and fucking right. So, for some, you've put yourself, I mean, whew, here's some of that tough love. For some of you guys, you have put yourself first a lot. And don't, there's no judgment here, you know, but we do get selfish in nature. It's just human nature to get greedy and selfish. So maybe that's what you're reflecting on how selfish you felt like you were in past situations. The shadow attribute, addiction to self-pity, self-victimization. But you're freeing yourself of that. And your ego was not wanting you to see that truth. Because that's the part of the ego that's going to freaking die. Okay? That's, your higher self has been waiting for you to realize this, to drop your shields so you could heal from this, because this is a big part of it. And I mean, I know a lot of people have gone through a lot of immense things in their lives, some serious tragic events, some serious trauma, but we have to let go. We have to forgive, let go, and let God, whatever that means for you, okay? No more woe is me. Of course, this could be someone, you know, that you're reflecting as well. If you're feeling like, if you're having a lot of mental conflict over this and you know without a shadow of a doubt that you really aren't that person to put self-pity on yourself and like to say the sob stories, this could be someone close to you that you're reflecting, because we're all mirrors to each other, right? So when we mirror other people, though, those projections from them tend to kind of seep into us, and then we'll start thinking that it's us, or we start acting a certain way. So just know that releasing your energy, protecting, shielding your energy, but releasing it at the end of the day is very essential for you. So these don't become you, these thoughts and feelings don't become you, okay? Because it's not you, it's the other person. You can ask for assistance in that. You're not going to lose control, okay, group 1? You will not lose control in doing this. And this is a mental conflict, but I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. There's like a he's orange right here too. That's the sacral chakra. That's where we get our creativity. There's a creative aspect that's trying to seep out. And maybe it's on how to release this is painting, drawing, writing, something. Because we've got the Mona Lisa here, and that's a famous painting, right? I mean, that's the Mona Lisa, right? You might be seeing 1010. October may be of a significance for you. Let's see what these two cards are. Abundance, yeah. And assessing. You've been assessing your abundance, assessing situations. Hot air balloons again. Stay focused. Number 9. You have the number synchronicity, 9, 10, 11. So this is telling me that you guys are taking the right steps in freeing yourself from whatever it is. The messages from the universe, what they're trying to tell you is that you're right where you need to be and you're on the path. You're going into the path of least resistance. Remember whenever this card came out, I said something about playing that fiddle. That's like sob stories, right? And then we've got addiction to self-pity. So you, in some situations, when we find ourselves in a specific area of our life, we really don't have anybody to blame but ourselves. Because even though we can't control situations happening to us or around us, we can control how we see it and how we react to it. And in past instances, the reactions that we have towards things were not great, right? There's addictions, self-medicating, self-pity, that sort of thing. So I think your heart chakra, yeah, a lot of what's going through your mental state right now and your reflections on things is the truth. It's not your imagination. And this is needed at this time so you can have that heart chakra activation. Because you're seeing the truth. You're seeing what's been in the shadows is coming to light for you, group 1. Final message from your team. The miracle of forgiveness. Thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. Forgive yourself for acting that way. Forgive them for acting that way. Whoever it is, you know, could be you. Forgive yourself. It's okay. Because this is just part of the human process, and this is part of the reason why you came back to Earth, is so you could go through these emotions. I know it's tough. Believe me, I fucking know, because I've been there and I've done all of this before. And I know how hard it is to fess up and take accountability and responsibility, and the fact that that you or them are even trying, like, props to you, kudos to you, because this is like your spirit team bowing down to you. They're like, yes, you're right where you need to be, guys. You're doing great. Quit feeling like it's a waiting game, okay? And just keep doing this journey, because you're right where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. It all happens in divine timing, okay? Assessing your abundance, assessing everything around you. Like, she's out in nature and she's got a lot of animals. I'm grateful for my animals I have in my life. I thank them. I was outside earlier walking my dog, and I said thank you for the wind, thank you for the sun, thank you for the blue skies and the beautiful white clouds against that the blue sky, you know? Like, there's a lot of light here for you guys. There's a lot of light. A lot of light. Don't be fearful of what's in the dark, okay? Just shadows are being revealed. What's in the corners of those shadows, those dark rooms, it's being revealed for you, okay? And you can ask for assistance in having patience or whatever it is. Your team is there ready to help and lend a hand. You just have to say, hey, I need help with this. That's all you have to do. It's easy as that, okay? This is all I have for you, group 1. Love and light. Hey there, group 2. For those of you that chose this little bit of wilted orangey flower, it's so pretty. Pretty, pretty. Or maybe you chose the playing card instead. So, again, maybe that's something you used to do when you were a kid. You played a lot of cards. I was just thinking earlier about my ex-mother-in-law and how we used to play rummy a lot. When we would go visit her, we'd drink into the night and play a lot of hands of rummy. A lot of hands of rummy. It was fun, though. It was fun. I'm going to miss her. I do miss her. Alright, let's get some cards out to see your overall. What's the story here for group 2? Please keep in mind these are general reads. We've got wisdom, though, for group 2. Pick up that book. Research. Also, this little guy here may need some attention. Pay attention to your animals, okay? I'm not saying that you neglect them or anything, but there's something more. And again, you guys got the word patience too. Group 1 got patience as well. But there's it could be some sort of answer that you're looking for. It could reside within your animal friends. What you're supposed to be doing right now could involve your animals. Oh, group 1. Oh, crikey, guys. I'm so sorry. You guys have really gone through it in past instances. You could be going through it now. There's been a lot of emotional loss in a very toxic cycle. Something about November, though. Between now and November. It's not, you might feel like you're really alone in this situation. There are people here that can help you. It's just a matter of reaching out, okay? Group 2, I'm always here for you. I might not know you from Adam, but my email is below, and I also have a Facebook page, and there are several other reads on my channel. Just go into my channel and go to the playlist or the videos tab. The good news is you do have new beginnings coming in. Get a card for heartache and loss. This is going to be different from everybody. Some people, you're going through this right now. Other people, you're just coming out of it. But it's emotional, okay? See the emotional loss? You're not going to have a literal loss of someone, I don't think. Yeah, maybe you're one that really had bad anxiety before. A new sense of practicality. There's a gem in the middle of the eye, so it's like you're starting to see the beauty in all things. That's your new beginning, is seeing the beauty in all things, group 2. What else is the universe trying to tell them? It's time to surrender. That's all you need to do is surrender it. Let it go up there with them. Lots of good guided meditations on YouTube as well. Surrender. This will help you through this transition into this new beginning. Okay. I'm not even sure which card. One at a time, please. Thank you. I was like, I'm not even sure which cards to start with, but we'll get them out, that right? Because you have a strong will. You have had a strong support system around you if you let them be that support system. If you let them, you have a strong support system, okay? Surrendering your worries and anxieties, your fears to your spirit team. And you might have a really big emotional upheaval right now, but it's the end of the cycle. It's the end of this negative thinking pattern around a situation. We've got number 3 and number 5 here. These new beginnings are not going to cause you a lot of anxiety, though. Don't look at it like that. Yeah. Self-love. Emotional loss towards yourself, with yourself. We have the number synchronicity 3, 4, 5, 6. As those are ascending numbers, it's telling me that you're taking the right steps. You're right where you need to be. But let's see what else the universe is trying to... Do you remember me pulling that card while ago? Cutting the deck, and it showed, I accept that everything happens in divine order. Everything happens for a reason. Good, bad, ugly, beautiful. I mean, it really does. And you're going to start to see that, okay? I know anxiety is a mental thing, right? And it's easier said than done to, oh, just be happy and not have anxiety. But there are wholesome, pure steps that you can take, things you can use to release that anxiety. Maybe you're somebody who has always relied on over-the-counter meds, prescription meds to help you deal with it. But a lot of people now are turning to cannabis for help. You might have been drawn to cannabis. We've got the crescent moons here again, too. The universe is trying to lead you towards surrender. Yeah, following your intuition on the matters. And to see the bigger picture. Here's those spirals. Seeing the bigger picture. This could be leading you somewhere. A new home. A new place of employment. Coming home to yourself. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Somebody that could be a useful, positive affirmation for you, okay? Let's get another card over here. What else am I not seeing here? What else do... Yeah, you're going to have great success towards this. Whatever venture you're wanting to go towards. It's just needing to take those steps, taking action towards it. You might... Your anxiety and fear is holding you back because you're fearful of the outcome. But there's this need to surrender that outcome. Because it's not your imagination. These new beginnings that you're dreaming of about yourself and for your family, it's not your imagination. Yeah, it's time to co-create with the universe. Dalmatian Jasper is coming to mind too. You might have seen Dalmatians or the stone Dalmatian Jasper. Going through a regeneration in this. Regeneration through it. Maybe you're dealing with going through the heartache and the loss. Cheetahs also. Something's happening very quickly for you. But going through the grieving process all over again from someone who had passed away a while back. You need to nurture yourself more, group 2. I mentioned in group 1 about, okay, if you're drawn to more than one group and you feel like you don't have time to sit down and watch all of them or whatever, like it's that sense of, okay, if you don't have time to sit down and hear the messages from your guides in the universe, well, then that's something that needs to be made time for, right? So there's a sense of not even just sitting down for this, but there's a sense of needing to sit down and make time for something or someone in your life. Setting, yeah. Having a sense of self-discipline and setting better boundaries with yourself. There's a lot of inner child healing going on. Independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. You don't have to do this alone, group 2. Okay? You don't have to do this alone. People are being sent to you as well to help you. So when they offer that guidance or that assistance or that helping hand to pull you up out of that spiraling darkness, take it. Don't be too proud. Don't worry that you're going to be a burden on those people, because you're not. You're not going to be a fucking burden, group 2. This is how the universe works with us. This is how God works for us. When we pray for help and assistance, He uses people and situations around us, because these are in the 3D reality. He's not going to reach His big God hand out of the clouds and go, there you go. The shadow attributes: feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So relying on outside influences, but also this fear of abandonment has really stifled somebody's maturation in life. I matured late. I don't think it was fear of abandonment, though. It was, you know, a quadruple of other things. Quadruple? What? Is that even a freaking word? The Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. She's outside. She's outside. You've been really drawn to be outside. She's outside. And see how they're standing alone? You don't have to do this alone. You were never alone, group 2. There's a third eye activation going on in here. You're seeing the bigger picture. Your intuition is very pristine and on point. Like I said, this is not your imagination, okay? It's okay to do self-love. For some people, growing up, we've put ourselves first and foremost always, and never considered other people's emotions or thoughts or feelings about how our actions affected them, right? For some people. And then there are other people who have always put other people's needs ahead of their own. So there's a sense of needing to find balance. I cut the deck again on patience again. The sense of needing patience with yourself, with people around you, and with the universe. The universe is asking you to have patience on the matter. Patience with yourself. Don't dumb yourself down, and don't dim your light. Don't tell yourself, say, oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm so stupid. Don't say those fucking words. Even if you're just joking, words are powerful right now, okay, group 2? Words are really, really powerful. And your team is like, please be kind to yourself. Speak gently to yourself, regardless of what you've done in the past or whatever. I accept that everything happens in divine order. You're finding this new sense of balance. This new balance. So I've got the June. June will be of significance for you. For some people, this might be the reflection you're doing. It'll be in June. You might be drawn to see this video in June, or come back to this video also. They are timeless reads, so hidden secrets can harm you. So maybe there's a hidden secret that you've been dwelling on, but your intuition is saying, bring it to light out of the darkness. You've armored yourself with this secret, I feel, group 2, for some. You didn't want to say this. You didn't want to show your true colors or speak this, well, you consider it a deep, dark secret. You didn't want to speak it because you were afraid that something or someone would abandon you. You didn't want to push people out of your life, but by not speaking your truth and not being honest with everybody, you will unintentionally end up pushing people out of your life. The need to stay rooted and grounded. Dream catchers. You might need to put a dream catcher above your bed. Please smudge it. Or if you do have dream catchers around you, please cleanse them, okay? They need to be cleansed. Oh yeah, we've got mirroring numbers here, 3223, or maybe you're seeing 2332. I'm being guided to look that up for you right now. So it says, the spiritual meaning is that it talks about that you will not only receive the assistance from the angels, but you will receive the powerful message from the universal source and energies. It gives you the message that you have to keep faith in yourself and trust on the universe and its processes. Have faith in yourself and trust the universe and its processes. And we've got, I accept that everything happens in divine order. Place your hands over your heart and say that right now. I accept that everything happens in divine order. You do have a strong will behind you, group 2. Maybe you know somebody named Will. But anyways, maybe your name's Will. Willard comes to mind also, but you don't have to go it alone. There are universal energies around you too, and you might be feeling these more at night also. Rituals and incantations usually take place at night because that's when the energy is strongest, right? The universe is trying to tell you that you're going to have an increase in spiritual growth. You're going through these emotions. You're going through the motions of shedding these emotions, these old thinking patterns, and this paradigm shift for new beginnings and stronger spiritual activation. You're going to become an emotionally secure, loving person. This also says an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So you might be one of those what we call empty nesters, or you might have kiddos and maybe you're dreading for whenever you are an empty nester. Don't dread that, okay? They're going to be fine. Again, this is a general read, so I'm not entirely sure on everybody. Everybody's situations are different, but you're going to have a new understanding, group 2. This is all I have for you, my loves. Love and light. All right, group 3. Those that chose the green flower. And we also have the elephanty. Maybe you have, I don't know, a green elephant came to mind earlier with that too. Elephants have a really good memory, right? They're really smart. Also, I'm feeling like a lot of wisdom here. And I just cut the deck with this, a new sense of awareness. This card reminds me of my cousin. Okay. Oh yeah. So let's get overall energy here for group 3. Angels, spirits, and guides. Please and thank you. 1, 2, 3. And I think there's one more. On the bottom of the deck, I've got rest and rejuvenate. Sometimes we just got to go in the middle of the woods and fucking meditate, yeah? Meditation is very beneficial. It helps us have a better memory. It helps us focus during our workday. So many good things. Oh, hold on. Let's start this way. Accelerated motion. Ooh, into temptation. There's truth around it. All right, group 3. You've definitely been tested a lot by the universe. When I see temptation, I think addiction and substance abuse also. There was temptation that caused a disruption. You might not have even felt like it was you doing this, though. Like, oh, I was just minding my own, and the next thing I know, da-da-da-da-da. But also, there's a sense for somebody who's seeing the truth in a situation. Something's come to light, and this could potentially have been a trigger for, you know, that situation. You have the number synchronicity 678. Again, all of the groups have had ascending number synchronicities, so that's telling me that everyone is taking the steps that they need to be taking right now. Stargazing. It's on those scales, though. I just noticed that there's like a scale here and he's standing on a scale. So balancing the scales of truth, justice coming in, justice being served. You might have been dealing with somebody who was who passed away in a drunk driving accident. Your family member might have been the victim in that drunk driving. Justice will be served, okay? Let's go ahead and see what these cards are. Trust. Yeah, you've had a lot of resilience. You've had a lot of resilience. You've had a lot of burdens to bear. Carrying a lot of heavy stuff with you, Group 3. Getting your ducks in a row. Trust in divine timing. This is happening for you, not to you. There's, on my TikTok earlier, there was something about, and if you're interested in viewing my TikToks, that's all listed below as well. There's something about a person they or someone was dealing with was someone who fell off their sobriety path. But also for somebody who is waking up and wanting to start their sobriety path, like the realization that there's more to life than just other stuff. I lost my train of thought. This moon is shaped like an egg. That's shaped like an egg, so and this addiction could have, it broke a lot of trust and it broke a lot of relationships. This obsession or addiction, whatever it was. There was a sense of not needing to put doubt in that person's path of sobriety either. Like, if they come to you and it's been a continuous cycle, yeah, I want to get clean, yeah, I want to do this. But then when we have doubt in that person, we're putting doubt in their path for them to fucking trip over. So there's a need of, yes, trust that it's okay to be positive for this person because they need all the positivity and help that they can get, right? They need nurturing at this time as well. And maybe you're the addict who's hearing this right now. Wear kid gloves for yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Nurture yourself, okay? Don't take it lightly. It's okay. There's a lot of stuff, usually whenever we have addiction, there's stuff there, trauma and stuff that we're trying to cover. And your truth of the matter is trying to come out, and this is causing a huge disruption mentally, physically, emotionally for you, and it could very well project you towards temptation. What's this card? Rest. This is a time for rest, not movement, because some of you guys are on the sobriety path and you're starting to go through your healing and your traumas healing. I have rest here, and she's in nature and he's in nature, and these are two different decks, right? You will have positive movement forward in this. New beginnings. Let's see what this one is. Liberator. Yeah, you're going to be liberated. Feeling yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. Freeing yourself and others from Outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. The shadow attribute is imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate. Ignoring legitimate constraints. So, myself, I had codependency is coming to mind. But before, like whenever I'd get, back in the day, whenever I was a meth addict, I didn't ever want to get high alone. So I would seek out friends and I would influence friends. I would peer pressure people into doing it with me. Like, hey, I got a quarter paper. Want to come hang out for the weekend? Or let's go do something. You know, I didn't want to be. So I was imposing my tyranny on other people, right? Basking in joy and light. The bumblebee might be of significance to somebody. The bumblebee signifies work and teamwork also, and busyness. So you could be keeping yourself super busy this summer to avoid temptation. Being out in nature is going to really help you. Being grounded, swimming, getting into water. You might find yourself going outside while it's raining and letting the rain hit your face and skin. There is one thing that I am absolutely positive, whether we are addicts or whatever the case may be, we've got some freaking super resilience under our belt, right? We are strong beyond belief. I know there's been times where I look back on my life and I'm like, I really shouldn't be alive right now. That situation, that person was about to take me out into the woods and rape or drug and rape me and potentially kill me, leave me for dead. Like, there's been situations like that I somehow got out of, because we are highly and divinely protected, my loves. You are so protected right now. See how this bubble is around her? You are protected as you release and heal your past. You are you are so protected. And there could be like a mother energy, or even, you know, it could be masculine who's very mothering, who wants to help you right now. Let them nurture you. Let them coddle you, okay? Because you've been carrying this shit for a long time, and look at her all hunched over. You best believe she's tired. She's tired from all that bullshit, right? So there's this need to rest, because you're being liberated from all of this. Oh, group 3. And then don't get me wrong, it's going to cause a huge mental disruption. And it's not going to be comfortable. The healing journey is not comfortable, by no means. But the outcome and the blessings and the lessons learned are so worth it. I promise you. There's light at that end of that tunnel, okay? Look how beautiful this card is. If this card is as beautiful, think of how beautiful it is in real life. To go out in the desert, in the mountains, and to see all those billions of stars lit up. There's so much to see and do on this earth. There's so many experiences to be had and adventures. Don't let this sway you. Don't let it pull you off your path. Don't let it have all that shit come crashing down. And even if you did fall off your path, the thing is to not pick that up again. Okay, I did this. I'm okay now. We went through this. Let's start over. Try again. It's okay. You don't have to sit with that guilt that you gave in to temptation. Don't beat yourself up about it. Forgive yourself. Communication praise dishonesty, okay? Maybe you're communicating with people that you were dishonest with while you were under the influence of these things. Give yourself the praise you deserve. You've earned it, okay? Because you're resilient. You're strong. You are a brute force to be reckoned with. Brute? I think that's a cologne too, isn't it? Brute. Seeing the truth isn't always nice. It can be ugly. Admitting the truth, accepting the truth, seeing things for what they really are. Yeah, you're crossing that bridge. Burning bridges comes to mind too. We don't necessarily, I mean, so there's a sense of, oh, I'll forgive, but I won't forget. Well, then you're not really forgiving, right? There's a sense of needing to forgive yourself or forgive somebody else. Because when we're under the influence of other substances, it's not all of us. When we put ourselves, it's like with alcohol. In some languages, the word alcohol means body eating spirit. And have you ever been around somebody when they just start drinking, you feel like it's not them? You're not the same person when you're drinking as when you're sober. I've been told that a couple of times myself. And it's because it's not us. We are putting ourselves physically and emotionally, mentally, pulling ourselves back and making room for some other lower vibrational entity to come in and have fun and play. These entities, these lower vibrational things, like to live vicariously through those who have a lot of disruption in their life. Success is your outcome, group 3. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Love is all you need. Love is the strongest energy. My light shines brighter than your darkness. That's a good affirmation too. Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Shadow assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. Keeps the rescued one needy. So there could be this sense of, I mentioned codependency earlier, and that I'd always pull somebody in with my habits because I didn't want to do it alone, and maybe you're the victim of that sort of thing. This person was keeping you needy, keeping you in the need. Like, also, like, what's coming to mind is, like, have you ever seen those movies where these girls are like in these sex trafficking rings, or they're prostitutes, and their pimps like keep them all jacked up on heroin or whatever, because then they have a reason to go out and hook and try to make that money for their abuse, right? Their substance that they need, their fixes. There's another card here. That one. A gambler. Yeah, you just gambled with your own life, or somebody you know. Relying on luck rather than hard work. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So, even when others doubt you. So you may be the one who's dealing with someone who likes to play the rescuer in your life, that always pulls you out of your trouble that you get in, but yet they hold it over your head. Remember all those times I did this, and you always come back and you always end up lying, you always end up stealing, you always fall off the wagon. You need to cut that tie with that person. They're not a rescuer. They're not your rescuer. They're feeding off your miserableness. Maybe it's a situation that you're looking back on. This might not even be going on right now, but it was a previous situation for some people. Okay. Final message for group 3. The messages that you're receiving from the universe, though. What the universe is trying to tell you is that no matter what happens, you are loved. You shine brightly. You will have success. No matter how many times you have to pick yourself back up again. No matter how many times you have to stop and rest with all this BS, no matter how many times you have mental disruptions, you will still overcome it every time. The truth is going to keep coming out and keep coming out and keep coming out until we accept it and acknowledge it and hold it up to the light. Success in all that you do. Final message for group 3. Final message, final parting words for this group 3. And again, I have lots of other, I think these two wanted to come out. I have lots of other videos on my YouTube channel. I knew there was another one. Let's see the bottom of the deck though. Oh look, take time to breathe. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease knowing you are here. Yes, that's all you got to say to them. Thank you for helping me with. Wow, okay. You're a peaceful warrior. Thank you, Ariel, for helping me stand my ground with peace. And this, you might feel like you don't have a pot to piss in or ground to stand with this person. Okay, speaking your truth with this person who was your rescuer. But now, like, it's like you're going to stand your ground and speak your piece. Because, again, with the hands here. No, that was group 2. Okay. You may not have felt like you had any room to say, hey, I think you're doing this, or I feel like, yeah, I know you've helped me, but this is how I'm seeing the situation, okay? You might be taking a gamble on this and speaking the truth, and that's okay. Your path may lead you to be dealing with kids and women who were kidnapped for sex trafficking rings also. Kids who have been rescued from the underground. Signs from heaven. Thank you, heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. Your message, what the universe is trying to tell you, your spirit team is just trying to say, hey, we're here and we're ready to assist you where you need assistance. But we need you to ask. They can't just come in and take this off of you. Okay? We need to say, hey, thank you, angels, for coming in and taking this basket of fuckery off my shoulders. Thank you for coming in and taking these burdens away from me. Thank you for helping me see the beauty and the light and everything that I have gone through and everything I will go through. Seeing the beauty and the disruption of it all. That's when you know you've truly evolved, group 3, is when you can see the light. And you're not afraid of the dark anymore. Following that inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. Keep following your intuition. Keep praising yourself. Keep getting back up. Keep standing back up no matter what. Keep dropping that load. Keep dropping that load if you need to, group 3. But rest when you feel like you need to rest. Don't keep pushing through where your body is so tired. Okay, also for you guys, you've been in survival mode for a long time. You've been doing this for a long time. And now that you have busted through some barriers and you've busted through those tempting offers or situations, your body is coming out of survival mode. You have been in survival mode your entire adult life, and even stemming from childhood. You've been in survival mode. Now it's time to rest. Your body's fucking tired. It's time to rest and nurture. Trust this. Trust your team, please. Trust these messages that are coming through to you. Trust your inner voice. This is all I have for you, group 3. You got this. Keep going. Keep going. Love and light.